Hey there, my friend. I hope you're doing great. Just thought I'd hop on here on a Sunday afternoon and say hello. Hey, Leandro, where are you from? Just thought I'd hop on, say hi. Hi there, Erica. Where are you guys from? What are you doing on Sunday? It's around 4:40 in the afternoon. Let me know if you can hear me and see me. Hit the like or the love button for me. Eileena, hi there, Andro. Hi, Jose, where are you from? Brazil, obrigado. Is that right? Awesome. I'm in San Diego, California right now. Hey there, Jose from Miami. The Lux Coast. Who's the Lux Coast who's working? I just finished working. I was doing some writing for our upcoming brain-a-thon in November. Hey there, Coach Eli, Lady Cance. Up Retti, Sydney, Australia, one of my favorite places in the world. Before I moved to San Diego, I traveled around the world many years ago and decided I was going to either move to Sydney or San Diego. That was like 25 years ago. Very, very cool. Where are the rest of you from? New Jersey? Is it getting cold in New Jersey? I just thought I'd come on a Sunday evening. My wife and I were just sitting having some early dinner, and then she went and had a shower, and I thought I'd come over here and just have a little bit of fun and see how everybody is doing. And so let me see. Iran, hello there. Shanika, hello. I should have moved to Sydney. Palm Desert, nice. London, very, very cool. What do you do? You all know what I do, so but what do you do? Do you have a job? Do you have a business? Are you retired? Hi there, tigress from Ontario. Where in Ontario? I used to live in Mississauga. Stephanie, it's getting cold there. Hey, Jose, you're welcome. My joy. Hello there from India. Hello, Toronto. Thank you. Ukraine, now you live in Philly. How's your wife feeling? My wife is feeling so much better. Thank you. She had three surgeries last year on her back, and she's much better. Yeah, Carla, San Diego is beautiful. Today's a little overcast, but look, it's just so pretty. There's, just a gorgeous day usually. I love the ocean. There's the Jazz Network. You promote jazz artists worldwide. Hey there, Chris Widener. Hey, buddy. How you doing, man? Nice to have you. Everybody follow Chris. He's a great guy. Indianapolis. I saw Chris Jones, for real, Indianapolis. I used to live in Indianapolis. First, I used to live on Moore's Reservoir. My offices were at Keystone at the Crossing. If you can hear me and see me, just do me a favor, hit the like and love. I'm getting a little slowdown on my mobile phone here. Thank you. Okay. We're in San Diego. I cannot tell you that. What am I studying nowadays? Neuroscience, quantum physics, spirituality, business growth, tribes. A lot of that's what I'm studying now. I am wingardo. Do I still talk to Bob Proctor? I do not talk to Bob Proctor. Bob likes to do his own thing, and he and I talk maybe once a year, once every 2 years, so I do not talk to him anymore. Great, so I'm glad that you can all see me and hear me. Thank you. I was having a little bit of fluttering on my phone, and I'm using my mobile device, obviously. So who's got a question? Anybody have a question? I think I see something over here. Anybody have a question that I can ask? Hi, Minia Art, Samuel Harris, Sam, Maryland. My son Noah went to school in Maryland. Do I talk to anyone from The Secret? I talk to Lisa Nichols. I talk to Joe Vitale once in a while. I talk to Dennis Waitley once in a while. So yeah. So the life in one word. I don't know what you mean by that. Isaiah McDonald, how do we get more involved with you? I have an Exceptional Life coaching program where I teach my students all the time, every day. So you can find out more about my Exceptional Life coaching program. Tigress, long time ago, you invested in my CD program. Which one? Vicky Thatprem, how do you deal with procrastination? Well, procrastination's an effect, right? So an effect of either low self-esteem, an effect of fear, or it's an arousal mechanism. So you first have to understand what's causing you to procrastinate, and then if you fix the cause, procrastination goes away. Let me ask you a question, all of you. Barry, I don't know what your question is. Where does your live matter? I don't understand that. Where does your live matter? The Lux Coast, the next live brain-a-thon with new speakers is November the 14th, 2020. November the 14th, 2020 from 9 a.m. till about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We're doing a free broadcast with new experts. Blow you away. So November 14th, write it on your calendars. Get onto our email list at go to myneurogym.com, myneurogym.com. Maybe somebody can type that in there. The Lux Coast, I'm replying to your question. Go to myneurogym.com, sign up for our brain-a-thon. It's for November the 14th. Oops, let me just see what else I've got here. Lots of questions. Hi there, Adek. You can't wait. Recommend a heart movie. John, the neuroscience is empowering. Deborah, the reason I love the neuroscience is we have the most powerful organism in the whole universe, right? Our brain. And so when we learn to use our brain better, then we could do miraculous things. Everybody's brain works the same way, but some people are just not using their brain the way it's meant to be used. And that's because we didn't have the information and the science to understand what do I do if I have fear? What do I do if I have limiting beliefs? What do I do if I feel like I'm not good enough or smart enough or worthy enough? What do I do if I have stress or uncertainty or doubt? Like, what do I do? Because we all have that, but most people haven't been trained on what to do and how to recognize it. So that's why I love it. myneurogym.com. Yes, Kaur, K-A-U-R. So Nura, I think the broadcasts are saved once I end. I think it goes into the IGTV, I think. Robbie, yes, I'm going to create my own podcast next year. IOANAG, Iona Gabrielle Sueli. How do you remain committed to what you want? That's a great question. I've taken a lot of time to ask myself, what's the purpose of my life? Like, why am I here? God gave me certain skills, certain ways of seeing the world, certain massive challenges and problems that I've faced in my life, some amazing successes also. And so I've asked myself, like, how do I use the things that are easy for me? How do I use the embarrassing things, the failures? How do I use the successes? How do I use what I'm interested in to do what I'm happy and love doing? And so then it's not hard to be committed to it. But I've taken a lot of time to think about those questions, right? All right, so Isaiah, Ed Maida, is it Ed Maida? What books am I reading? Oh my goodness, I have so many books that I read. I don't read only one book. I've got, probably 10 of them that I read at any time, so it's hard for me to think of any one book. I hope many of you have read my newest book, best-selling book called Inner Size, Exercise for Your Body, Inner Size, Your Brain and Mind. Has anybody read that? So let me do that. So yes, Sen Aya Vega for you. Yes, while I'm here, I'm worth less. No, you're not. You just don't know who you are. If God created you, or this intelligence that created everything, isn't that intelligence in you? omnipotent, omnipower, present in all places at all times. Every human, animal, plant, everything has this intelligence within him or her. Of course, you're more than enough. More than enough. Jaden, can you talk about connecting to the heart in sales? Sure I can. There's, first of all, the meaning of sales. Like, what do you mean? What does sales mean? When I was 19, I'm 59 now. 59, holy shit. Almost 60. But when I was 19, I learned that selling was doing something for somebody, not to somebody. So if I'm going to sell you, I want to make sure that I'm connected with what you need. I'm connected with what is it that I can help you with. And if I can help you, then my job is to come from not just my head, but my heart and my gut to serve you. So selling is serving. So ask yourself this question, Jaden. What can I do to serve somebody with my product or service, my knowledge or skill that will help them enhance their lives? And if you come from total congruency, you're selling the right way, the right from your heart and soul. Like, here's a question for all of you. I ask all my students who are learning how to grow their businesses with me is it true that you love to buy but you hate to be sold? Is it true? If that's true, hit the like or the love button. I love to buy but I hate to be sold. Is that you? Tell me if that's true. See, look at all the likes and the loves. So that means there's nothing wrong with selling, because we want to buy, but we don't want to be sold. We don't want to be, talked down to. We don't want to be manipulated. We don't want, techniques. We want to know that you care about me, that my well-being is what you care about more than making the money so you can go and buy your nice car or your nice new house. So people will buy from you if they feel you care about them. People will buy from you if they feel you have their best interest at heart. So any situation that you have to help somebody from your heart, from your soul, because it's the best thing for them, they will feel it before you say anything, because we don't sell with our mouth. Our mouth, yap, 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 yap. People feel your intention more than anything, right? The Lux Coast, you have all my books. I love it. That's awesome. Thank you. Hi, Staler465 from Barrie, Ontario. Anthony, you enjoyed the inner size. That's great. Oh, I love seeing this. Shanika Brown Art, like you asking me, could you share how to develop the habit of waking up at 5 a.m.? I don't believe in waking up at 5 a.m. I believe in going to sleep when you're tired and waking up when you are rested. Now, I do believe in getting a head start in the day. I do believe in sleep, at least 6 to 8 hours. So I don't recommend waking up at 5 a.m. if you're going to sleep at 1 a.m. So first and foremost, sleep is really important in order to get your brain to function well, to help your brain prune the neurons that it doesn't need. And so I'm very, very big on sleep being one of the things that is required in order to succeed. So if you're tired, you're stressed out. If you're stressed out, then you're activating the adrenal glands in your brain, and you're releasing too much cortisol, epinephrine, norepinephrine, which actually reduces productivity after a period of time. So I don't like that. Michael, I think it's Michaela. Did you ever study the Silva method? I have heard the Silva method many years ago, and Jose Silva was very, very good at what he did. So yes. Robbie 59's the new 30. I hope so. Your Hazara says, my partner says the law of attraction is bad and even dangerous. She doesn't believe in it at all. She tells me not to listen to any of it. Well, that's her lack of understanding, and lack of understanding Most people don't even understand the law of attraction because they think it's some kind of a mystical, magical thing that you think about something and poof, it comes into your life. That's the furthest thing from the truth. Not very true. The Lux Coast, are you having a vision board party before the end of the year? That's actually a great idea. We had one last year, the year before. How many of you would like me to have a live vision board party before the end of the year? Would you come? Let me know if you would. Let me know if you would come to a live vision board party. I mean, I'm sitting here on my deck and I'm just scrolling with my finger up here. Let's see, trying to get some. All right, so Brenda Marie Mack, when you answer the question about procrastinating, what would you say is the first step to figuring out what the block is? First thing I would do is be aware of when I'm procrastinating. And then I would ask myself, why am I procrastinating? And then I'd write down the answers. And then I go, okay, well, is that the real reason I'm procrastinating? And then if the answer was yes, I would ask myself, what has to happen in order for me to stop procrastinating right now and take one small action step towards what I want to achieve? So I like the power of questions. The more powerful the questions are that you ask yourself, the more you're using your brain like a biocomputer that can help you find the answers. So first and foremost, procrastination, as I mentioned before, is an effect. And it's an effect of one of three things. Arousal, which is like 1 or 2% of the people. Number 2 is self-esteem, self-worth, self-image, where I don't feel I'm good enough, smart enough, worthy enough to achieve my, the goal that I want, or I have some limiting beliefs. And the third is fear of failure, fear of being judged, fear of being embarrassed, ashamed, ridiculed, etc. So I would find out which one of those or two they are. Does that help? So J. Wall 14, how do you know if you're doing the right thing if you're not getting the result you desire? I'm currently studying the Winning the Game program. Which Winning the Game program? Is a winning game of money. So if you're not getting the result you want, then one of a couple things is happening. Either you haven't had enough time doing what is required, or you're doing the wrong thing, right? So don't confuse activity with productivity. So in order to achieve any goal, I don't care, any goal, would you agree with this? Okay, let's do a little participation time. You need to have the right mindset, which is your beliefs, your habits, and emotional control. You need to have the right habits. Would you agree with that? And in addition to that, you need to have, and there's a few more things for mindset, but you need to have the right skill set of what do you need to do by when, and then you need to have the action set of when you're going to do it. So it's mindset plus skill set plus action set. And all that falls under psychology plus your strategy, and action equals your success. So Jay, if you're not achieving the result, then you must be doing something is out of order. That's all. All right. Let's see some more. Is this helpful to you? Are you enjoying just what time is it where you're at? It's almost 5 o'clock in the evening in San Diego. It's almost 5 o'clock in the evening in San Diego. What time is it where you're at? Dickie Armour, love NeuroGym, so powerful, thank you. So how does what I teach relate to chronic pain? So what's causing the chronic pain? Right? Chronic pain is an effect. What is causing it? What is causing it? I always go to cause versus effect. All right, let me see. Yes, me, yes, I would. Does anybody want to go live with me for a minute or two? I think there's a way to ask me to go live with you. Hi there, diversity properties. Wow, I love all your comments. If anybody wants to go live, 8 p.m. Montreal, Montréal, La Belle Provence, 10 a.m. Australia. I'd love to know what time it is in the world. right? I'd like to go live. I am Rebecca. I am Rebecca. I don't know how to do this, but there's a way to go live. Hold on. I invited you. I am Rebecca. Hi, Rebecca.
Hi, John. How are you?
Amazing. Where are you from?
I'm in Long Beach.
Oh, up the street.
Very I am, and David Buffard is a really good friend of mine.
Ah, David's the best.
He is the best. He's the best.
Mr. Positive.
Mr. Positive. Yeah.
Love it, love it, love it. What do you do there?
I'm a psychic.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
So do you want to do a reading now, or should we?
I would love to. I would love to do a reading. I was going to ask you the first name of the person who was talking about the pain they're in, because it's always something much deeper than what's presenting. And I know you know all of this. And by the way, I've been following you off and on since The Secret, and I love your story.
Thank you.
And watching what happened, it's like your portion of that film is actually the real secret. It's having the intention, creating the vision, feeling it, believing it, and then letting it go. Because I've had the same thing happen in my life where I've set the intention, I've written lists instead of doing vision boards. And then everything that I've done in this manner has come to fruition. But I've forgotten about the fact that I set the intention.
Yeah.
So I've always remembered that you actually absolutely have the secret. Anyway, so
there's also another piece that I do think makes a big difference when we talk about the secret and the law of attraction. And not a lot of people talk about it, but it's something that I know everybody that I'm aware of that, whether it's the teachers in The Secret or anybody else that's achieving a lot of their life's goals and dreams, they also apply the law of Goya. Right, and I talk about it a lot. And can anybody remember the name or the meaning of the law of Goya? Somebody write down Goya. Right, so the law of Goya is the get off your ass law. Right, so you can't just sit there, and just meditate and pray and hope. You've got to be in action also. And even when Rhonda created the movie The Secret, she busted her ass, to get the experts, to do the videos, to get the funding, to get the filming, to get distribution, she worked her ass off, and things started to come into play and into place. So very, very cool.
Well, I always say, pray to God, but row towards shore.
Yeah, as you pray, shuffle your feet, as the Quakers say.
Yes, yeah, it is. It's a combination of all of that, and learning how to get out of our own way is the biggest piece, I think.
You got it. Well, I appreciate you coming on. Do you have a question I can answer, or let's see if we can get one or two more people?
I can't think of anything at the moment, but it's really nice to talk to you. And yeah, I'd love to do a reading for you sometime. So
thank you. All right, you have a great
all the best. Thank you
so much. Who else
want
to come on? Let's get another person on. I like this.
Take good care.
Bye. Anybody else want to come on right now? I would spend a minute or two or three. I'll answer your question. I think you can still hear me. If you want to come on, let me know in the chat. John, I want to come on with you for a couple of minutes. I'll do a free little coaching session for you right now. And if any of you weren't on before, mark November 14th, 2020 on your calendar from 9 a.m. California time all the way through to about 3, 4 o'clock. We're doing our new brain-a-thon for 2020. So let me know if anybody wants to. Happy Sunday, Tanya. Love Shine. Hi there. Who do we have that wants to come on? Anybody want to come on and say hi? Let me just scroll so I can see. Strictly hustling. Yes, understand the mechanics of your brain. Who's picked Nancy? I see. I see a whole bunch over here. Iona, view request. Iona, I think I just saw your request, so I just picked you. We'll see if you come on, and we'll say hello. Hey there.
Hey there. Hello.
We can hardly see you. Can you put a light on?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but we can't see you very well.
I mean, the UK.
Where are you from? Oh, there you go.
I'm from Romania.
Ce faci?
Bine.
Faci bene?
Bine. I'm from Romania, but I'm living in UK.
Very cool. What do you do there?
I'm working as a receptionist.
Very nice. Any questions I
Thank
can answer? You're up
Uh,
late.
thank you. Yeah, I'm not sleeping for the moment because I'm not working and I just try to do something.
Well, we're here now, so we're having an international party.
Yeah. I would like to ask you how to deal with negativity.
What kind of negativity specifically?
About anything.
Your negativity or somebody else's?
My negativity.
Okay.
Everyone has something negative in their mind.
Yeah. So
I want to
everybody
know how
has
to.
everybody has negativity based on patterns that they have become accustomed to having. So we develop patterns, and then if we reinforce those patterns over and over and over and over and over again, they become fixed in our automatic self, or something called the default mode of where we revert back to all the time. So if you've developed a pattern of negativity, could you develop a pattern of positivity? If you had to, could you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me teach you something. It's called stomping the ants. Do you know what stomping means?
What?
Okay, you know when you have grapes and you crush them with your feet?
Yeah.
That's called stomping. So here's something called stomping the ants. Ants is A-N-T-S. Somebody type this in. A-N-T-S is automatic negative thoughts. Automatic negative thoughts. So you're walking around the house, you're reading, you're watching TV, and you have this negative thought. Okay? Does that sound like something you can imagine?
Yeah.
Okay. So give me one negative thought, and I'll tell you exactly what to do with that one and what to do with every other one. Thank you, Joe. Stomp the ants, this is called. So give me one negative thought.
I don't know. Sometimes I think I stress too much when I'm doing something before. I don't know how to say. I stress too much when I want to do before it.
Okay, but that stress is different than a negative thought. So give me a negative thought.
Procrastinating.
Okay, procrastination is a behavior. Give me a thought.
I don't know. It's something with low esteem.
Okay, but give me a negative thought. You keep giving me everything but what you said you want help with. So let's get clear first. Okay, let's get clear on, I have a problem with negative thoughts. Give me one negative thought.
I don't know. Like I'm not good enough for something.
Okay, perfect. So the negative thought is I'm not good enough. So I'm going to give you 50 different ones. Everybody pay close attention. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not worthy. I don't know how. This is hard. I don't have the time. I don't have the money. I'll never find this. Everybody, can you relate to a negative thought like that? So the key is not to believe your thoughts. The key is to be aware of your thoughts. And as soon as you have an automatic negative thought, you replace it immediately with an automatic positive thought, APT, APT. So as soon as you hear it, you just have to remember, I am not my thoughts. I have thoughts. Some are positive, some are negative. Some are empowering me, some are disempowering me. Some are constructive and build me up, and some are destructive and put me down. All of my thoughts are in my subconscious mind. They come up like bubbles from a soda glass. You know, the bubbles, they come up from what's in the subconscious mind. So when you have a negative thought, don't repeat it. Don't feel it. Don't believe it. Go, oh, there's a negative thought. Now give me the opposite. I am more than smart enough to achieve the goals that I want. I am more than capable enough. I have more than enough skills if I choose to do this. So whenever you have an automatic negative thought, it's just a thought. Don't believe it. Replace it with a new one. So what happens is if you replace an automatic negative thought with an automatic positive thought, you cancel them out. So you do it 1 time, 10 times, 50 times, 100 times, 200 times, 500 times. All of a sudden, you neutralize the negative thoughts and you reinforce automatic positive thoughts and you change the balance. Can you do that?
Yeah,
Will
definitely.
you? Will you?
Of course. Yeah.
Perfect. In that case, I want you just to be aware, and I want everybody to understand something. Whenever we are looking to grow, to develop personally, we have to do it with a lot of self-love, kindness, and care. And the way we do this is as you're looking at your thoughts, your emotions, feelings, sensations, even your behavior or results, just remember to do it without judgment, blame, shame, guilt, or justification. No judgment, no blame, no shame, no guilt, no justification, just pure awareness. It's the awareness that gives us choice, and the choices that we make is what can give us the freedom. Does that make sense? That's how to use your brain better. You're not your thoughts, you're not your emotions, you're not your feelings, sensations, or your behaviors. We have all of those. We do some of those, but we can rise to higher levels of awareness and understanding and direct and evolve ourselves. If that's good, give me a high five. Boom. All right, let's see if we can get somebody else on. Was that helpful, everyone?
Thank you for
Bye.
speaking with you.
Who wants to come next? Is that helpful to you? Anybody want to come on? Yeah, just remember you have the most powerful biocomputer in the whole universe. In the whole universe, you can't create it for $1 trillion, and you own it. Trey Roth, where is my man? Trey Roth. I just saw Trey Roth. Let's see if you answer the calling. Mr.
Hey,
Trey
John.
Roth. Hey, man. How are you?
Oh my goodness. I'm flipping out. I'm a huge fan. I
Thank
love
you.
your work.
Thanks, man.
Yes.
Where are you from? What do you do?
Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm the founder of a tech company called Yaystack. It's kind of like TikTok for referrals and recommendations.
Nice.
Yeah. So, yes, my question to you, John, is if you had a blank billboard and you had one message that you could put on that billboard, what would it be?
Is the billboard for me or for somebody else to see?
It's for somebody else to see. Anybody passing by. You got one message to put on this blank billboard.
I am smart enough, I am good enough, I am worthy enough to achieve every one of my goals and dreams, no matter how big they are.
That's a big billboard, but I like it.
You gave me a billboard. You didn't tell me it was a small or big billboard.
I like it. That's great. So why is that your answer? I'm good enough. I'm smart enough. It's I am enough, ultimately at the core. But why that?
Yeah. When I was younger, I felt like I wasn't smart enough. I felt like I wasn't worthy enough of success. I felt like I was actually dumb because I failed grade 7 math and English. I cheated to get out of high school, and I was voted most likely to fail. And when I started working on retraining my brain for the last 40 years, those were the things that made the biggest difference in my life. And then as I teach my students, there are 3 things that keep coming up over and over and over again: limiting beliefs, self-image, and fear. All of those are tied, together. And so the stuff that I work on more than anything else is the inner game. And so that's why that's the message.
Is your experience, John, that the going without is just as much a part of the gift as receiving the gift? So like you struggled, you went without and you felt a need for something. And then when that need was met, it was, wonderful, but that was only made possible by the going without.
When you say going without, do you mean failing? Do you mean not having?
Not having. So like, for example, my parents came over today and it was great to have them. And my daughter, Emmy, I've got 4. My
Nice.
daughter has braces, and my dad brought up the wooden clothespin. And I thought it was funny. So I shared the story that I thought my daughter knew, but she didn't know it. So I shared the story about how the day I got my braces when I was her age, this tooth stuck out so far that the orthodontist skipped that tooth and he put all the other braces on, you know, the brackets on my teeth except for that one. And I thought, oh man, that's the most gnarly guy. Like that's the one that, like, that's why I'm like so self-conscious and kids are calling me names and all this. And so I took matters into my own hands and I actually broke the wire in the back where it was connected. And I wrapped the whole thing in front of that tooth. The night I got my braces, I'm in middle school, you know, and I took a wooden clothespin and I wrapped a wooden clothespin with a rubber band. And I laid at night, I laid with the clothespin clamped to that tooth. Now I woke up in writhing pain. I mean, it was painful, but it came in that night. And so with that, you know, the tooth came in, and after everything corrected, making sure my kids are all right, and everything corrected, my teeth straightened up, and I started to smile like I had never smiled before in my life. And so, and now I love to smile, but I had gone all those years self-conscious. And so the going without, in my experience, has been just as much a part of you know, the gift as when you actually have it.
Yeah, listen, what some people forget is, you know, everybody that's achieved success at one point failed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and people, it's hard for people to relate to your successes unless they know that you've also had failures and you've also know what their struggle is.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things for me is, sure, it's great to have some successes, but I don't think I'm successful because of my successes. I think I'm successful because I've overcome all of the things
Absolutely.
that I had to overcome.
Yes.
And so I've had health issues. I've had wealth issues. I've had relationship issues. I've had all the issues like everybody else. And
Mm-hmm.
so when you can relate to somebody's heart and their emotions and their mindset, then you're able to relate to them more. And I think they're able to relate to you more as well, because they say, you understand me, you know what I'm going through. So,
mm-hmm. Absolutely. Well, I love it. John, thank you so
friend.
very much for welcoming me in. This is a treat. Thank you so much.
Joy. Thank you for your story too.
Thanks, John. All right, take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, this is so much fun. Wow. Love it, love it, love it. I've got about 5 more minutes. So who else wants to come on? Who else? Tanya, I like the muscle you got there. Sam from Maryland wants to go live. Let's see. Samuel Harrison. Won't see any photos, videos. All right, so Samuel from, let's see. Go live with Samuel. Samuel, let's see if we can go live. Hey,
John,
Sam.
can you see me?
I can see you, brother. How are you?
Wow, what a privilege. What an incredible privilege.
How you doing, man?
I found you one day on Mind Valley University about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I had come through drug addiction and changed my whole life. I've been sober now 13 years, but I found you on Mind Valley and invested in winning the game of money. I'm employed with the federal government, but I'm also a life coach, a spiritual leader. I'm working on my second book. Just celebrated 13 years sober, October 16th. So the Neuro Gym has just been a tremendous supplement to my whole development process, man. And I really I cannot believe that I'm actually on live with you right now. This is amazing.
You just made my Sunday.
This
And
is amazing, man. I really love and appreciate all that you do, man. Really, really. I mean, I'm taking copious notes.
thank you.
The videos, everything. I take notes, and I actually have to reconnect to winning the game of money again because it's just been so marvelous in my life. I have a one-word mantra for the year called work, wealth, opportunities, relationships, and knowledge. And so I'm now in quarter 4 of knowledge. And so here I am with you. And so my question for you is, how do I balance neuroscience and spirituality? Is there a balance to neuroscience and spirituality?
Yeah, I mean, they intersect. For me, they do. I can't have one without the other.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about spirituality first, and then we'll
Okay.
talk about neuroscience.
All right.
So, when you say the word, and by the way, if those of you that are watching, do you like this topic, neuroscience and spirituality? I certainly do. So this is a wonderful, unexpected question. So,
Dude, you got me
let's
just,
talk about like
I'm
what.
grinning. I'm sorry for smiling so much, man. This is amazing.
Yeah, what is spirituality? Like, what is it? Let's it's a word, right? But let's go a little bit deeper than the top of the ocean. Let's go underneath. What is spirituality?
So for me, I practice Christianity, but
That's religion.
Right, that's religion. But spirituality is my connection to a power greater than myself, a divine being. I call that divine being God. And so, and then I incorporate spiritual practices, meditation, prayer, reading and studying scriptures, reading other books. Part of my spirituality connects me to neuroscience. So, and I'm new to neuroscience. So that's why I'm wanting to make sure that I have a good balance. Balance is my word for 2021. And so I want to make sure I have a good understanding of, but the spirituality aspect is a connectivity to something greater than myself that then allows me to give of myself.
Love it. Okay. So, I'm sitting here on this chair that some human probably thought about and made. But then I've got the sky above me that's endless. And I've got 100 trillion cells vibrating and oscillating, in a state of vibration that's a physical state that is emitting light frequencies off of these cells through the lens of my camera, through light and space and time, over to your mobile phone while other people are watching us talk. And in their brain, the image of me that they've come to know is activating cells of recognition, and we're connected by this time and space that my brain is processing at lightning speeds, right? All that is happening as this planet Earth is orbiting at 1,000 miles an hour on its axis, hurling through space and time around the sun once per year as the Milky Way galaxy is moving at 1.5 million miles an hour, and you and I are oblivious to that happening. So the spiritual side of our being is what makes all that possible. Would you agree with that?
I would.
My brain allows me to start to understand that. So we talk about neuroscience is understanding the science of the brain and the complexity of 5 million years of evolution that has created this brain that can do what it does to allow me and you to see each other, to feel each other, to be in the presence of each other. We're on a freaking mobile phone right now. I'm sitting on my back in San Diego. You're in Maryland, watching me on your device while there's, 122 people watching us on their devices of some kind. And I've got to understand that. I have to somehow tap into this intelligence. And so my brain, the neuroscience that allows me to do that, is showing me that I can activate things like mirror neurons in my brain that actually activates them in your brain. I can, through meditation, through mindfulness, through prayer, through listening to drums beating, through thinking, feeling, and behaving in resonance with my goals, I can increase the amplitude of the vibration of these cells. They appear to be solid, but they're not. And you could feel me. You're thousands of miles away. So neuroscience and spirituality can't be separate. I have to have a brain to be able to perceive, to connect, to feel, to sense, to think, to make decisions, to get this body into motion so that I can be this spiritual being having this human experience. Right? So spirituality is the highest order of everything. And through my emotional and mental and physical abilities, I can be one with that which created me any second I choose to. Anything less than that suggests a separation, which there is none. There's an illusion of separation. Neuroscience reminds us there is no separation. When I meditate and you meditate and our body disappears, where does it go? It feels so real right now, but where does it go? My body is made up of 99.99999% space. The chair I'm sitting on right now, I'm actually not even touching it. The electrons in my body are not even being allowed to hit the other physical element, which is not even physical, called the chair, right? It's pressing the attractive forces or repelling forces. So all we are is light, right? Yes. And so neuroscience gives me the opportunity to remember that. It gives me the opportunity to remember I have a physical body, even though I am not physical. I am 100 trillion vibrating packets of hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and carbon, and a whole bunch of other elements, right? So magical. It's like mind blown when you really think about it, when you really feel it. It's like, oh my God. And so that takes me back to one of the women who asked before, says, I'm not enough? Really?
Right.
All you are is enough. You are so much more than enough. But if you're looking at yourself with a different lens, it may appear like you're not enough. But when you look at yourself as if whatever, so right behind me is the ocean. Okay, yes. I want to ask everybody a question, and I'll end with this. So right behind here is the ocean. If I went down the street, grabbed a bucket of ocean water, and I took it inland by 5,000 miles where there's no ocean, what would I have in the bucket
Ocean.
I'd have ocean. So the source, regardless of how far away from the source you go, the source is still in it.
The only difference is the container.
Correct. So if this intelligence created you and I and everybody else that's watching right now, doesn't that mean that whatever it is that created me is me?
Yes.
I am it?
And you know, the beauty of it, even the container has some semblance of ocean in its being in and of itself.
Absolutely.
And so I love you, man. I so appreciate all that you do. My daughter's in San Diego, so shout out to my daughter, Victoria.
Awesome.
You know, and I appreciate you, man. I'll reconnect soon. I appreciate everything you do. Thanks for taking my call today.
Oh, I'm glad you were my last one for the day.
This has made my day more than anything I can even begin to tell you, man. Appreciate you. Bye.
Well, you've just put a nice wrapping on my day. Appreciate you all. Lots of love to all of you. Have a great Sunday night or Monday morning, depending on where you are in the world. I'll do more of this because this was great.
This was great. I've never done this before, so thank you.
Me too. Oh, I've done this before, but I'm getting better at it. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
All right, bye.
And if you like this, share this. I think there's a way to share it.
Okay.
All right. That's for everybody. Bye now.